I've been thinking a lot lately about the world we're living in. It's a fascinating time, isn't it? We've got all these gadgets, all this technology, all these opportunities at our fingertips. And yet, something's not quite right. Something's off balance. Have you ever stopped to wonder why, with all this progress, so many people are still struggling? Why, in a world of abundance, do we see so much scarcity? Well, I'll tell you something. It's not by accident. It's by design. They want you broke. Who's they, you ask? Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? But let me tell you, it's not just one person or one group. It's a system, a mindset, a way of thinking that's been carefully cultivated over years and years. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not here to spin conspiracy theories or point fingers. That's not my style. What I'm here to do is to open your eyes to make you think, and most importantly, to inspire you to take action. You see, when you're broke, you're controllable. When you're living paycheck to paycheck, when you're drowning in debt, when you're one emergency away from financial ruin, that's when you're at your most vulnerable. That's when you're easiest to manipulate, to control, to keep in line. But here's the kicker. You don't have to play their game. You don't have to dance to their tune. You have the power to change your circumstances, to break free from the cycle of scarcity and limitation. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Easy for you to say, you're successful. You don't know what it's like to struggle. Well, let me tell you something. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I've had my share of hard times, of setbacks, of moments when I thought I couldn't go on. But I learned something important along the way. I learned that success isn't about what happens to you. It's about how you respond to what happens to you. It's about the choices you make, the habits you cultivate, the mindset you develop. And that's what I want to share with you today. I want to give you the tools, the strategies, the mindset shifts that can help you break free from the trap of financial struggle. Because make no mistake, it is a trap, a carefully designed, well-oiled machine meant to keep you running in place, always chasing but never quite catching up. But here's the good news. Once you understand how the game is played, you can start to change the rules. You can start to tilt the odds in your favor. And that's what we're going to do today. First things first, we need to talk about mindset. You see, they don't just want you broke financially. They want you broke mentally, emotionally, spiritually. They want you to believe that this is all there is, that struggle is normal, that you should be grateful for the crumbs they throw your way. But I'm here to tell you that's a lie. A big fat lie designed to keep you small, to keep you complacent, to keep you from reaching for more. The truth is, you were born for greatness. You were born with unlimited potential, with the ability to create, to innovate, to transform your life and the lives of those around you. But to tap into that potential, you need to change the way you think. You need to start seeing yourself not as a victim of circumstance, but as the architect of your own destiny. You need to stop waiting for someone to rescue you and start rescuing yourself. Now, I know that's easier said than done. When you're in the thick of it, when the bills are piling up and the future looks bleak, it's hard to think positive. It's hard to believe in yourself, but that's exactly what you need to do. You need to start by changing your self-talk. Instead of saying, I can't afford that, start saying, how can I afford that? Instead of saying, that's impossible, start saying, how can I make that possible? These might seem like small changes, but I promise you they can make a world of difference. Because here's the thing. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant in it will grow. If you plant doubt, fear, and limitation, that's what you'll get. But if you plant hope, determination, and possibility, that's what will flourish. So start planting those seeds of success. Start nurturing that garden of possibility. It might not happen overnight, but I promise you, if you keep at it, if you water those seeds with consistent action and positive thinking, you'll start to see results. Now let's talk about action. Because mindset is important, but it's not enough on its own. You need to couple that positive mindset with consistent, and the first action you need to take is to educate yourself. They want you broke, remember? And one of the ways they keep you broke is by keeping you ignorant. They don't teach financial literacy in schools for a reason. They don't want you to understand how money really works. Because if you did, you'd be a lot harder to control. So it's up to you to take charge of your financial education. Read books, attend seminars, watch educational videos online, learn about budgeting, saving, investing. Learn about different streams of income, about assets and liabilities, about the power of compound interest. And don't just learn it, apply it. Start small if you have to. Maybe it's just setting aside $10 a week for savings. Maybe it's starting a side hustle that brings in an extra $100 a month. It doesn't matter how small you start. What matters is that you start. Because here's the thing. Financial freedom isn't about making $1 million overnight. It's about making small, consistent choices that add up over time. It's about developing habits that move you in the right direction day after day, week after week, year after year. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but I don't have time for all that. I'm already working 2 jobs just to make ends meet, and I hear you. I really do. But let me ask you this. Can you afford not to make the time? Can you afford to keep living paycheck to paycheck? Always one emergency away from financial disaster. Can you afford to keep playing their game, dancing to their tune, letting them decide your financial future? I didn't think so. So you need to make the time. You need to prioritize your financial education, your personal growth, your journey to financial freedom. Because if you don't, nobody else will. And here's another thing. You need to surround yourself with the right people. Jim Rohn, that's me. I always said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And let me tell you, that's as true today as it was when I first said it. If you're surrounded by people who are always complaining, always making excuses, always blaming others for their problems, guess what? You're going to start thinking and acting the same way. But if you surround yourself with people who are ambitious, who are always learning and growing, who refuse to let circumstances dictate their lives, well, that's going to rub off on you too. So take a good, hard look at the people in your life. Are they lifting you up or dragging you down? Are they encouraging your dreams or poking holes in them? Are they pushing you to be better or keeping you stuck where you are? And if you find that the people around you aren't supporting your growth, it might be time to make some changes. Now, I'm not saying you should cut people out of your life completely, but you might need to limit your time with negative influences and seek out more positive ones. Join a mastermind group, find a mentor. Attend networking events where you can meet like-minded individuals who are on the same path as you. Because when you surround yourself with success, success becomes your new normal. Now let's talk about goals. Because if you want to break free from the trap of financial struggle, you need to have a clear destination in mind. You need to know where you're going and why you're going there. So I want you to dream big. I want you to envision the life you truly want, not the life you think you can have. What does financial freedom look like to you? Is it owning your own home outright? Is it having enough passive income to quit your job? Is it being able to travel the world without worrying about money? Whatever it is, I want you to write it down. Make it concrete. Make it real. Because when you have a clear goal, when you have a compelling vision of your future, it becomes a lot easier to make the sacrifices necessary to get there. And make no mistake, there will be sacrifices. You might need to cut back on expenses for a while. You might need to work longer hours as you build your side hustle. You might need to say no to some short-term pleasures for the sake of long-term gains. But let me tell you something, it's worth it. The freedom, the peace of mind, the sense of accomplishment that comes from taking control of your financial future, it's worth every sacrifice, every late night, every difficult decision. Because here's the thing, they want you to believe that financial freedom is out of your reach. They want you to believe that it's only for the lucky few, the chosen ones, the ones born into the right families or with the right connections. But that's not true. Financial freedom is available to anyone willing to work for it, to learn, to grow, to persist in the face of obstacles. And I'm here to tell you, you are capable of achieving it. Now let's talk about income. Because if you want to break free from financial struggle, you need to increase your income. And I'm not just talking about asking for a raise at your job, although that's certainly a good start. I'm talking about creating multiple streams of income. Because relying on a single paycheck is like putting all your eggs in one basket. It's risky, and it leaves you vulnerable to economic downturns, layoffs, and other factors outside your control. So start thinking about how you can diversify your income. Maybe it's starting a side business. Maybe it's investing in real estate. Maybe it's creating digital products or offering freelance services online. The possibilities are endless, limited only by your imagination and your willingness to take action. And here's the beautiful thing about creating multiple streams of income. It's not just about making more money. It's about creating more freedom, more flexibility, more control over your life and your time. Because when you're not dependent on a single paycheck, when you have money coming in from multiple sources, you have options. You have the freedom to say no to things that don't serve you. You have the ability to take risks, to pursue opportunities, to live life on your own terms. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but I don't have any special skills. I don't know how to start a business. I don't have any money to invest. And to that I say, hogwash. Everyone has skills. Everyone has knowledge or experience that someone else would find valuable. Maybe you're great at organizing. Maybe you're a whiz with computers. Maybe you have a hobby that you could turn into a side business. The key is to start where you are with what you have. Don't wait for perfect conditions. They don't exist. Don't wait until you have it all figured out. You never will. Just start. Take that first step, however small it might be. Because here's the thing. Success is not about making one big leap. It's about taking small steps consistently over time. It's about making progress, not perfection. It's about moving forward, even when you're afraid, even when you're uncertain, even when the path ahead isn't clear. And as you take those steps, as you start to see progress, something amazing happens. Your confidence grows, your skills improve, your network expands, and suddenly opportunities start to appear that you never would have seen before. Now let's talk about spending, because increasing your income is only half the equation. If you want to build wealth, if you want to achieve financial freedom, you need to be smart about how you spend your money. And this is where a lot of people get tripped up. They fall into the trap of consumerism, always chasing the next big thing, always trying to keep up with the Joneses. But let me tell you something, the Joneses are broke. They're drowning in debt, living paycheck to paycheck, just like everyone else. So stop trying to impress people who don't matter. Stop buying things you don't need with money. You don't have to impress people you don't even like. Instead, start focusing on value. Start asking yourself, is this purchase moving me closer to my goals or further away? And here's a little secret. True wealth isn't about how much you spend. It's about how much you keep. It's about the gap between your income and your expenses. The wider that gap, the faster you'll be able to build wealth, to create financial security, to achieve true freedom. So start looking for ways to reduce your expenses. Cut out the unnecessary subscriptions. Cook more meals at home instead of eating out. Find free or low-cost ways to entertain yourself. And every time you're tempted to make a purchase, ask yourself, is this really worth trading my freedom for? Because that's what you're doing every time you spend money on something that doesn't align with your goals. You're trading your freedom, your future, for a momentary pleasure or a fleeting status symbol. Now, I'm not saying you should never enjoy yourself. Life is meant to be lived after all. But there's a big difference between mindful spending and mindless consumption. And if you want to break free from financial struggle, you need to learn to distinguish between the two. Let's talk about debt. Because debt is one of the most insidious tools they use to keep you broke. Credit cards, car loans, student loans, they're all designed to keep you on the hamster wheel, always running but never getting ahead. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but I need credit to build my credit score. And yes, that's true to a certain extent. But there's a big difference between using credit responsibly and letting it control your life. If you're carrying balances on your credit cards, if you're only making minimum payments, if you're taking out loans for things you don't really need, you're playing right into their hands. You're voluntarily putting on the chains of financial slavery. So if you're in debt, your number one priority should be getting out of it. Cut up those credit cards if you have to. Live below your means. Put every extra dollar towards paying off your debts, starting with the highest interest ones first. And once you're debt-free, stay that way. Use credit sparingly and wisely. Pay off your balances in full every month. Don't buy things on credit unless you have the cash to pay for them right away. Because here's the thing, debt is a tool. And like any tool, it can be used for good or for ill. Used wisely, it can help you build wealth. Start a business, invest in your future. But used carelessly, it can become a trap that keeps you stuck in a cycle of struggle and scarcity. Now, let's talk about saving and investing. Because if you want to build real wealth, if you want to achieve true financial freedom, you need to make your money work for you. And this is where a lot of people get intimidated. They think investing is only for the rich, or that you need a lot of money to get started. But that's not true. You can start investing with as little as a few dollars a day. The key is to start early and to be consistent. Because of the power of compound interest, even small amounts can grow into significant wealth over time. It's like planting a tree. The best time to start was 20 years ago, but the second best time is... So start educating yourself about investing. Learn about different asset classes, stocks, bonds, real estate, commodities. Understand the power of diversification, of balancing risk and reward. And then start putting your knowledge into action. Maybe you start with a simple index fund that tracks the overall market. Maybe you set up automatic contributions to your retirement account. Maybe you start saving up for a down payment on a rental property. The specifics will depend on your goals, your risk tolerance, your financial situation. But the important thing is to start, to take that first step. Because every dollar you invest is a dollar working for you, a dollar moving you closer to financial freedom. And here's something else to consider. Investing isn't just about money. It's about investing in yourself and your skills and your knowledge. Because in today's world, your most valuable asset isn't your bank account or your stock portfolio. So invest in your education. Learn new skills, attend workshops and seminars, read books, take online courses. Because the more you invest in yourself, the more valuable you become. And the more valuable you become, the more opportunities will open up for you. And this is where a lot of people stumble. They've been conditioned to think small, to settle for less, to believe that financial struggle is just a normal part of life. But I'm here to tell you, it's not. It's a lie. A myth perpetuated by those who benefit from keeping you down. You see, the real battle isn't out there in the world. It's right here in your mind. It's the voice that tells you you can't do it. It's the doubt that creeps in when things get tough. It's the fear that holds you back from taking risks, from stepping out of your comfort zone. But here's the thing. That voice, that doubt, that fear, it's not real. It's just a story you've been telling yourself. And the beautiful thing about stories is that you can change them. You can rewrite the narrative of your life. So I want you to start telling yourself a different story. I want you to start seeing yourself not as a victim of circumstance, but as the hero of your own journey. I want you to start believing, really, truly believing, that you are capable of achieving financial freedom. Because when you believe in yourself, when you truly commit to your goals, the universe has a funny way of conspiring to help you. Opportunities start to appear. Resources materialize. People come into your life who can help you on your journey. Now, I'm not talking about some kind of magical thinking here. I'm talking about the power of focused intention, of unwavering commitment. When you're clear about what you want and you're willing to do whatever it takes to get it, you start to see possibilities where before you only saw obstacles. And that's when the real magic happens. That's when you start to break free from the trap of scarcity, when you start to build the life of abundance and freedom that you deserve. But it's not going to be easy. There will be setbacks. There will be failures. There will be moments when you want to give up, when you start to doubt yourself, when the old stories start creeping back in. And that's okay. That's normal. That's part of the journey. The key is to not let those moments define you, to not let them derail you from your path. Instead, I want you to see every setback as a setup for a comeback. I want you to see every failure as a lesson, an opportunity to learn and grow. I want you to see every moment of doubt as a chance to reaffirm your commitment to your goals. Because here's the truth. Success isn't a straight line. It's not a smooth, easy journey from point A to point B. It's messy. It's complicated. It's full of twists and turns and unexpected challenges. But that's what makes it worthwhile. That's what makes it exciting. That's what makes it real. And the people who achieve true success, who build real wealth, who create lives of freedom and abundance, they're not the ones who never face challenges. They're the ones who persist in the face of those challenges. They're the ones who keep going when everyone else would have given up. So I want you to make a commitment to yourself right now. A commitment to persist, to persevere, to keep moving forward no matter what obstacles you face. A commitment to your dreams, to your goals, to the life you know you deserve. And I want you to back up that commitment with action. Because all the positive thinking in the world won't do you any good if you don't couple it with consistent, purposeful action. So what's one thing you can do today to move closer to your financial goals? Maybe it's setting up a budget. Maybe it's researching investment opportunities. Maybe it's starting that side hustle you've been thinking about. Whatever it is, do it. Take that first step. And then tomorrow, take another step. And the day after that, another. Because that's how real change happens. That's how you build momentum. That's how you create the life you want. Now, let's talk about patience. Because in today's world of instant gratification, of overnight success stories and get-rich-quick schemes, patience has become something of a lost art. But if you want to achieve true financial freedom, if you want to build real, lasting wealth, you need to cultivate patience. You see, real success takes time. It takes consistent effort, day after day, week after week, year after year. It's not about making $1 million overnight. It's about making smart decisions consistently over time. Think about it like planting a tree. When you first put that seed in the ground, nothing happens. For weeks, maybe even months, you water it, you nurture it, but you don't see any results. And it would be easy to get discouraged, to think that nothing's happening, to give up. But underground, out of sight, that seed is germinating. Roots are growing. And if you keep watering it, if you keep nurturing it, eventually that seedling will break through the soil. And then, with continued care, it will grow into a mighty tree. Your financial future is like that tree. The actions you take today, the habits you form, the knowledge you gain, the investments you make, they're like watering that seed. You might not see results right away. You might feel like nothing's happening. But trust me, something is happening. You're laying the foundation for your future success. You're setting in motion forces that will compound over time, that will grow and multiply and create opportunities you can't even imagine right now. So be patient. Trust the process. Keep taking those small, consistent actions. Keep moving forward, even when you don't see immediate results. Because one day, maybe sooner than you think, you'll look up and realize that you've grown a forest of opportunity and abundance. Now let's talk about gratitude. Because in the pursuit of financial freedom, it's easy to get caught up in what you don't have, in what you still need to achieve. But that kind of thinking can lead to a scarcity mindset, to a feeling of never having enough. Instead, I want you to cultivate an attitude of gratitude, to focus on what you do have, on the blessings in your life, on the progress you've already made. Because when you come from a place of gratitude, you operate from a mindset of abundance. And that mindset is crucial for achieving true wealth and success. You see, when you're grateful for what you have, you open yourself up to receiving more. You put yourself in a positive state of mind that attracts opportunities and abundance. You start to see the good in your life, which in turn helps you create more good. So every day, I want you to take a moment to count your blessings, to acknowledge the good things in your life, no matter how small they might seem. Maybe it's the roof over your head. Maybe it's the food on your table. Maybe it's the support of your friends and family. Whatever it is, acknowledge it. Appreciate it. Be grateful for it, because that gratitude will fuel your journey. It will give you strength when times are tough. It will help you maintain perspective when challenges arise. And here's another thing about gratitude. It's not just about what you have. It's also about who you are. Be grateful for your abilities, for your resilience, for your capacity to learn and grow. Be grateful for the challenges you've overcome, for the lessons you've learned, for the person you're becoming. Because when you're grateful for who you are, you stop comparing yourself to others. You stop feeling like you're not enough. You start to recognize your own worth, your own value, and that self-worth is priceless. It's the foundation upon which you can build true wealth and success. Now let's talk about giving back, because true wealth isn't just about accumulating money for yourself. It's about creating value for others, about making a positive impact on the world around you. And here's the beautiful thing. When you focus on giving, on creating value for others, the money tends to follow. It's like a universal law. The more you give, the more you receive. The more value you create for others, the more abundant your own life becomes. So as you work towards your financial goals, I want you to think about how you can give back. How can you use your skills, your knowledge, your resources to help others? How can you make a positive impact in your community and the world? Maybe it's mentoring someone who's just starting out. Maybe it's volunteering your time for a cause you believe in. Maybe it's using your business to solve a problem or meet a need in your community. Whatever it is, make giving a part of your financial plan. Because not only will it enrich your life and give you a sense of purpose, it will also open up new opportunities, new connections, new avenues for growth and success. And remember, giving doesn't always have to be about money. You can give your time, your skills, your knowledge. You can give a kind word, a helping hand, a moment of your attention. These things are often more valuable than money, and they cost you nothing but can mean everything to someone else. Now, as we start to wrap up, I want to talk about legacy. Because true wealth isn't just about what you accumulate in your lifetime. It's about what you leave behind. The impact you make, that continues long after you're gone. So I want you to think big. I want you to think beyond just your own financial freedom. I want you to think about the legacy you want to leave. What mark do you want to make on the world? How do you want to be remembered? Maybe it's building a business that provides jobs and opportunities for others. Maybe it's creating a foundation that supports causes you believe in. Maybe it's passing on your knowledge and wisdom to the next generation. Whatever it is, let that vision of your legacy guide your actions today. Let it inspire you to think bigger, to reach higher, to strive for more than just personal gain. Because here's the thing, when you're working towards something bigger than yourself, when you're driven by a sense of purpose and a desire to make a difference, that's when you tap into your true potential. That's when you achieve levels of success and fulfillment that you never thought possible. And isn't that what true wealth is all about? Not just having money in the bank, but living a life of purpose, of meaning, of positive impact. A life where you're not just surviving, but thriving. A life where you're not just accumulating wealth, but creating value. It's a life where you're not just existing, but truly living. So as we come to the end of our time together, I want to leave you with this thought. They may want you broke, but you have the power to choose differently. You have the power to break free from the trap of scarcity to create a life of abundance and freedom. It won't be easy. It will take work, dedication, persistence. It will require you to change your thinking, to develop new habits, to step out of your comfort zone. But I promise you, it's worth it. The freedom, the peace of mind, the sense of purpose and fulfillment that comes from taking control of your financial future. It's worth every ounce of effort. So go out there and make it happen. Take what you've learned today and put it into action. Start small if you have to, but start and keep going no matter what obstacles you face, no matter what setbacks you encounter. Remember, you are capable of more than you know. You have potential within you that's just waiting to be tapped. You have the power to create the life you want, to achieve the financial freedom you deserve. Still believe in yourself. Trust the process. Keep learning, keep growing, keep moving forward, and never ever give up on your dreams. It's because they may want you broke, but you're destined for greatness. You're destined for abundance. You're destined for a life of true wealth and freedom. Now go out there and make it happen. Your future is waiting. Your time is now. Let's get